Welcome to my channel Bookish English. I have a question. Can you talk about your day in English? What do you say after I woke up? Many learners freeze here. But don't worry, you are not alone. Today, I will show you how to talk about your whole day. Even if you know only a few words, you can do this. Comment below. What time do you wake up every day? Let me know. Let's begin. Chapter 1. I wake up. I wake up. The sun comes in my window. My eyes open slowly. I feel tired. I want to sleep more. But it is morning. I sit up in bed. I take a deep breath. The room is quiet. I look around. My day is beginning. I say to myself, "Good morning." These are my first English words today. I want to speak English every day, so I start now. Even if I am alone, I say, "Good morning." It feels nice. My voice is soft. But I hear it. I understand it. That is a big step. I get out of bed. I stretch my arms. I walk to the bathroom. I say, "I go to the bathroom." I look in the mirror. I smile. Then I say, "I brush my teeth." I pick up my toothbrush. I say, "This is my toothbrush." I start to brush. 1, 2, 3. I count in English. It helps me stay in the language. Then I wash my face. The water is cold. I say, "I wash my face." I look in the mirror again. I say, "I look tired, but I feel good." These small sentences help me. They are part of my day. They are part of my practice. I go back to my room. I get dressed. I say, "I put on my clothes." I choose a shirt. I say, "This shirt is blue." I wear pants. I say, "These are my pants." I sit on my bed again. I take 1 minute. I look outside. The sky is blue. I say, "It is sunny." Or I say, "It is cloudy." Every sentence is a chance. Every sentence is learning. At first, it felt strange, talking to myself in English. But now, it feels normal. It is my secret way to practice. I don't need a class. I don't need a partner. I only need to talk about my real life. And morning is the best time. Because every day starts the same. I can say the same words again and again. That is good for learning. When I started, I didn't know what to say. I only knew a few words. Wake up, brush teeth, eat. But I said them every day, and my brain started to remember. The words got easier. The sentences got longer. Now I say, "I wake up at 7 a.m. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I feel fresh." These are small steps, but they are big wins. Sometimes I use my phone. I open the camera. I look at myself. I say, "Good morning. Today is Monday." I feel happy. I record it. I listen. I smile. I am learning. Even if it's not perfect, it is progress. That gives me hope. Many learners don't speak because they wait for a perfect sentence. But I don't wait. I speak. Even if it's simple, even if it's slow, I speak because this is how I grow. And you can grow too. You don't need big grammar. You don't need hard words. Just say what you do. Say what you see. Say what you feel. In the morning, I say, "I am sleepy." After my shower, I say, "I feel better." I look in my bag. I say, "This is my notebook. This is my pen." These are the things I use. These are the words I need. English is all around me. I only have to see it and speak it. One day, I could not say one sentence. Now, I talk about my morning in English. That is not magic. That is practice. Small practice. Daily practice. That is the secret. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, try this. Say 3 sentences in English. Look around your room. What do you see? What do you do? Speak out loud. No one is watching. No one is judging. You are safe. You are free to speak. You are not just learning English. You are changing your mind. You are training your brain. This is not just a routine. This is power. The power of simple English. The power of one new sentence every day. And one day, you will smile and say, I remember the first time I said, I wake up. That was the beginning. Now I can speak. Let's keep going. Chapter 2. I eat breakfast. After I wake up and get ready, I feel hungry. My stomach makes a sound. It says, feed me. So I go to the kitchen. I say, I eat breakfast. These 4 words are my new English practice. I speak them slowly. I say, I eat breakfast. It is simple, but it is English, and I am using it. I open the cupboard. I take out a plate. I say, this is my plate. I open the fridge. I see eggs. I say, I eat eggs. I take out bread. I say, I like bread. I see butter. I say, I put butter on my bread. Each action becomes a sentence. Each sentence becomes practice. I don't need hard grammar. I only need real life. I sit at the table. I say, I sit at the table. I take a bite. I say, I eat my breakfast. I drink water. I say, I drink water. If I drink tea, I say, I drink tea. If I eat fruit, I say, I eat a banana. These small sentences help me speak. I am not reading a book. I am not filling in blanks. I am living English. That is the best kind of learning. Some days I eat alone. Some days I eat with my family. I say, I eat with my mother. Or, my brother eats with me. I ask simple questions. Do you want tea? Is this your cup? These are beginner sentences, but they are powerful, because I use them in my real morning. Sometimes I feel lazy. I want to skip practice. But then I remember, English is not just about books. It is about life. If I can say, I eat breakfast, then I am growing. If I can say, this is hot, or this is sweet, then I am learning. Even one word helps. I try to add feeling words too. I say, I feel happy, or I feel sleepy. Maybe I say, the tea is warm. It makes me feel good. Now I am not just using English. I am feeling it. I am expressing my world in English. That is how I become fluent, little by little. I also practice with my phone. I open the camera. I say, good morning. Today I eat eggs and bread. I drink tea. I feel fine. I smile at the camera. I watch the video. I say, wow, I can speak. This gives me hope. This gives me joy. When I first started, I did not know these words. I only said, eat, tea, egg. But now I can say, I eat breakfast every day. I like tea. I feel fresh after eating. These are full sentences. These are the result of small practice. You don't need a teacher for this. You are your own teacher. Just look at your food. Talk about it. Say, "This is sweet. This is hot. I like this. I don't like that." Even if it's just one sentence, say it. Your brain will listen. Your tongue will remember. Don't wait for perfect English. Use the English you have now. Speak slowly. Speak clearly. Speak from your heart. That is enough. That is powerful. Sometimes I think of new words. I ask, "What is this in English?" I check my phone. I learn one new word. Maybe it is spoon. Maybe it is milk. I say it out loud. This is a spoon. I drink milk. And now I have 2 more tools in my English box. I also try to repeat. I say the same sentences every morning. I eat breakfast. I drink tea. I feel good I don't change them. Repeating helps. Repeating makes me faster. Repeating makes me confident. I remember when I could not say anything. Now I can say what I eat. That is big progress. That is proof that I am learning. That is why I smile in the morning. If you are learning English, do this tomorrow. When you eat, speak. Say simple things. Say them out loud. Even if you're alone, speak. Don't think, "I will speak later." Speak now. This is your moment. One day, you will sit at a table with someone who speaks English, and you will say, "I eat bread. I like tea." And they will understand you. You will smile. They will smile. And you will feel proud. This is how it begins. With breakfast, with small words, with real life. Keep going. You're doing great. Chapter 3. I go to work or school. After breakfast, it's time to leave. I get ready. I pick up my bag. I say, "I go to school," or I say, "I go to work." These are real words. I use them every day. That means they are important. That means they are good for practice. I walk to the door. I say, "I leave my house." I close the door. I say, "I lock the door." I take a deep breath. A new part of my day begins. I want to speak English during every part of my day. This part is about going outside. I walk to the street. I look around. I see cars, bikes, people. I say, "I see many cars. I see some people." I keep walking. I say, "I walk to school," or "I walk to the bus stop." These words are part of my life. I say them slowly. I feel strong when I say them. If I take a bus, I say, "I wait for the bus." When the bus comes, I say, "The bus is here." I get on the bus. I sit down. I say, "I sit near the window." I look outside. I say, "I see trees. I see shops." These sentences are small, but they are real. I do these things every day. Now I speak them in English. Some days I ride a bike. I say, "I ride my bike." Some days I go by car. I say, "I go in a car." These are useful phrases. I practice them while I travel. I don't need to study from a book. I just look around and speak. I also say how I feel. I feel sleepy. Or, I feel excited. Or, I feel tired. These words help me connect to the language. I don't just speak about actions, I speak about emotions. That makes my English real. That makes it strong. I look at the clock. I say, it is 8 a.m. Time words help me build better sentences. I go to school at 8 a.m. I arrive at 8:15. These words are easy to learn. I use them every morning. If someone is with me, I practice with them. I say, "Are you ready?" They smile. They answer. It becomes a real conversation. I don't need long talks. I need small chats. One question, one answer. That's all it takes to begin. I remember the first time I said, "I go to school." It felt strange. My voice was soft. I was unsure. But now, I say it with confidence. Because I said it again and again. That is the key. Say it many times. Say it every day. If you stay at home, you can still practice. You can say, "I walk in my house," or "I go to the kitchen," or "I sit on my chair." Your home is full of English practice. You just need to speak it. Some learners wait for a class to speak, but you don't have to wait. You can talk during your walk. You can talk in the bus. You can talk to yourself in English. It's not strange. It's smart. I also think in English. I look at people and think, he is walking, or she is talking on the phone. These small thoughts are practice. They are quiet, but they are powerful. One day I spoke to a tourist. He asked, "Where is the station?" I answered, "Go straight, then turn right." I said it in simple English. He smiled and said, "Thank you." That moment gave me power. It showed me I can use English in the real world. So today, when you go to work or school, speak. Say what you do. Say what you see. Say how you feel. Even 2 words help. Even 1 sentence helps. Just speak. If you do this every day, your English will grow. Your fear will go away. Your brain will learn faster. You will become confident. You don't need to say big things. Just say real things. I walk. I see trees. I wait. I sit. I go. These words are your tools. Use them. Build your English with them. The more you speak, the more you believe. The more you believe, the better you become. Your morning journey is not just a walk to school. It's a path to fluency. Take the first step. Speak now. Chapter 4. I work or study. Now I arrive. I reach school, or I reach work. I take a breath. My day has begun. I say, I start my work, or I start my class. These words help me begin in English, too. I sit on my chair. I open my bag. I take out my notebook. I say, this is my notebook. I write in it. I take out a pen. This is my pen. I use it every day. These small words connect to real life. I look at the clock. It is 9 a.m. I begin. At school, I listen to the teacher. I say, I listen carefully. I read the board. I say, I read what is on the board. I take notes. I say, I write down what I learn. Every action is practice. Every sentence is a chance. At work, I sit at my desk. I say, I work at my desk. I type on my computer. I say, I type emails. I check messages. I talk to co-workers. I say, I speak with my team. These are easy words. These are useful words. These are real. Sometimes my brain feels tired. English feels heavy. But I stop. I take a breath. I say, it's okay. One sentence is enough. I say, I study. I try. I grow. And I smile. Because I am learning. I remember when I could not speak at all. Now I can say, I go to school. I sit in class. I study math. I read a book. These are full sentences. These are my steps. Each word is a step forward. I also speak to myself during class or work. In my head, I say, he is the teacher. He is writing. She is asking a question. I think in English. Quietly. But that quiet practice becomes power. When I raise my hand, I say, I have a question. It is a small line, but it is big for me. It takes courage. It takes heart. But I do it. And every time I do, I feel stronger. Sometimes I make mistakes. I say the wrong word. I forget the grammar. I feel shy. But then I remember, mistakes are part of learning. They are not bad. They are good. Because they show I am trying. If I get confused, I ask for help. I say, can you say that again? Or, what does that mean? These sentences help me grow. They show that I am brave. I am not afraid to learn. I also practice small conversations. I say, good morning. I ask, how are you? I say, I am fine, thank you. These are not hard, but they are real. They are how people talk. And I want to talk too. When the teacher asks a question, I try to answer. Maybe I say just a few words, but it matters. I say, this is my answer. Even if I'm wrong, I learn. I listen to others. I learn new words. I say, that's a new word. I will use it tomorrow. I use my notebook to collect these words. I write them down. I say them again and again. I look at them before class. I use them after class. They are my small treasures. I grow one word at a time. When I study, I say, I study English. I read stories. I write sentences. These are real actions. These are real sentences. They help me speak about my learning. That gives me pride. At work, I speak about my tasks. I send emails. I answer calls. I help customers. These are true sentences. I speak them out loud when I am alone. It feels good to say what I do in English. Every word I speak is a step. Every sentence I say is power. I don't wait for the perfect moment. I use the moment I have. That is how I learn. That is how I win. If you are in school or at work, speak about what you do. Say it in simple English. Even if no one is listening, say it. You are training your brain. You are building your voice, and your voice is strong. Every day you learn a little more. Every day you go a little farther. Keep going. You are doing something amazing. You are not just working. You are not just studying. You are building a new version of yourself. One sentence at a time. Chapter 5. I talk with friends. After I study or while I work, I see my friends. They walk near me. They smile. They say, hi. And I smile too. I say, hello. These simple words are powerful. They make me feel happy. They help me speak English. I say, "How are you?" My friend says, "I'm fine." "And you?" I answer, "I'm good." These are small sentences, but they are real. They are how people talk. I feel proud when I say them, because I am speaking, I am connecting. I sit with my friends. We talk. I say, "What are you doing?" My friend says, "I'm reading." I say, "That's nice." I ask, "Do you like the book?" These words are easy, but this is a real conversation. This is how I grow. Sometimes I feel shy. I think, what if I say the wrong word? But then I breathe. I remind myself, making mistakes is okay. My friends are kind. They do not laugh. They help me. They smile. They wait for me to speak. I learn new phrases. I ask, "What does that mean?" My friend explains. I say, "Thank you." I write the word down. I try to use it tomorrow. That is how I remember. That is how I learn. With real talk. With real people. Sometimes we joke. We laugh. We say, "That is funny." I feel good. I feel included. I feel like part of the group. English helps me feel that way. English helps me belong. When we eat lunch together, I say, "This food is good." Or, "I like rice." I ask, "What do you like?" My friend says, "I like chicken." I say, "Me too." These are simple talks, but they are important. They are practice, and they are joy. I remember when I couldn't talk. I sat in silence. I looked at others. I wanted to speak, but the words did not come. I felt sad. I felt small. But now I speak. Slowly, simply, but I speak, and that makes all the difference. I use the same words again and again. "Hi, hello, how are you? I'm good, I like this. Thank you. These are my building blocks. I use them every day. I do not wait for new grammar. I use what I know. That is how I get better." One time I forgot a word. I stopped talking. My friend helped me. She said the word for me. I repeated it. I smiled. She smiled. That moment stayed with me. It taught me something. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to try. We also talk about class. I ask, "Did you understand the lesson?" My friend says, "A little." I say, "Me too. Let's study together." Then we help each other. We learn together. That feels good. Speaking with friends is safe. It is fun. It is full of little moments. These little moments help me grow. I say more. I feel better. I become stronger. Even if your friend speaks your first language, ask, "Can we try in English?" Just one sentence, just for fun. Then try 2 sentences, then 3. You will smile. You will feel proud. If you have no friend around, talk to yourself. Say, "I will ask this. I will answer like this." Imagine the talk. Practice it in your mind. This is not strange. This is smart. This is how great speakers begin. You don't need a big vocabulary to speak. You just need your voice, your words, your heart. And you already have those. Talk to one person. Say one sentence. Say it slowly. Say it with joy. You are not just learning English. You are building a new life. A life where you speak. A life where you connect. a life where you are not silent. One sentence can open a door. One smile can open your voice. Talk with friends. Talk without fear. Talk and grow. You are doing so well. Keep speaking. Chapter 6. I eat lunch. After a busy morning, I feel hungry again. My stomach makes a sound. It says, "It's time to eat." I smile. I say, "It is lunchtime." This is my favorite part of the day, not just because of food, but because it is also time to speak English in a real and easy way. I sit down. I take out my lunch. I look at the food. I say, "This is my lunch." I open my box. I say, "I have rice. I have chicken." I take a spoon. I say, "This is my spoon." I begin to eat. I say, "I eat rice. I drink water." These sentences are easy, but they are powerful because they are true. If I am eating with my friends, I speak more. I say, "This food is hot," or "It is spicy," or "I like the taste." My friend says, "Me too," or "I don't like it." We laugh, we talk, we connect, and all of it happens in English. I ask questions. "What do you have?" My friend says, "I have a sandwich." I say, "It looks good." I ask, "Did you make it?" They say, "Yes." I say, "Nice job." These are small sentences, but they make big moments. They help me speak without fear. Sometimes we share food. I say, "Do you want some?" My friend says, "Thank you." I say, "You're welcome." These kind words build my confidence. They help me feel strong in English. I also talk about feelings. I am hungry. I feel full now. I want more. I like sweet food. These words are easy to say, and they are very useful in life. I remember when I couldn't say anything. I just ate my food in silence. I watched others talk. I felt left out. I wanted to speak, but I was afraid. I was shy. I was quiet. But now, things are different, because I started to speak. One word, one sentence, one day at a time. Sometimes I take a photo of my lunch. I say, "This is my lunch today." I like it. I post it. I use English. It feels fun. It feels good. I'm using what I learn. That's the best way to grow. I also learn food words in English. I see a fruit. I ask, "What is this in English?" I check. I learn. I say, "This is papaya. I like papaya." Then I say it again the next day. It becomes part of my English, part of my voice. You don't need hard grammar to talk about food. You just need your eyes, your hands, and your heart. Look at your lunch. Speak about it. Use simple words. You can say, "I have bread. I eat it. I like it." That's English. That's progress. If you're alone at lunch, talk to yourself. Say, "I am eating rice. It is hot. It tastes good." This is not silly. This is smart. This is how real speakers begin. Lunch is not just a break. It is a practice time. It is a chance. Every bite can be a sentence. Every meal can be a lesson. You don't need a book. You don't need a class. You only need your voice. Sometimes I even close my eyes. I eat and think, how do I say this in English? I feel the food. I find the words. Then I speak, softly, slowly, but clearly. I eat every day, so I can practice every day. That is the secret. Small practice, daily practice, speaking about what is real. That's the best kind of learning. You don't need new tools. You already have what you need. Your mouth, your eyes, your hands, your day. Use them. Speak with them. Say what you eat. Say what you like. Say how you feel. That is your power. That is your English. Lunch is simple, but it is powerful because it is real, and real life is the best classroom. So tomorrow, when you eat lunch, say one sentence in English, then say two, then three. Say them out loud. Say them with pride. You are learning. You are growing. You are doing something amazing. Keep going. Chapter 7. I come home. The day is long. I feel tired. I finish school. I finish work. Now I go home. I say, I go home. These 3 words are simple, but they are the start of something important. They are the start of the evening part of my day. I walk to the bus stop. I say, I wait for the bus. The bus comes. I get on. I say, I sit down. I look out the window. I say, the sun is going down. I feel the day ending, and I speak about it in English. Some days I walk home. I say, I walk to my house. I look at the sky. I say, the sky is orange. I see children playing. I say, they are playing football. I see shops. I say, the shops are open. These are not hard words, but they help me speak about the real world. I reach my house. I open the door. I say, I am home. These words feel warm. They feel safe. I take off my shoes. I say, I take off my shoes. I put down my bag. I say, I put my bag on the chair. These sentences are small, but they are my daily steps, and I speak them. I go to my room. I say, this is my room. I sit on my bed. I say, I feel tired. I smile. I say, it was a good day. Or I say, I feel sleepy. These are my feelings. I speak them in English. They are true. That makes them powerful. I look around my home. I see my things. I say, this is my table. These are my books. This is my phone. Every item becomes a word. Every word becomes a sentence. Every sentence becomes learning. I go to the bathroom. I wash my face. I say, I wash my face. I look in the mirror. I say, I see myself. I am tired, but I feel proud. I spoke English today. I used my voice. I used my mind. I feel strong. Sometimes I sit with my family. I say, I talk with my mother. Or, my brother is watching TV. I listen to their voices. I speak simple sentences. I say, how was your day? They answer. I say, that's nice. These are real talks. These are real steps forward. I also think about what I learned today. I ask myself, what new word did I say today? I try to say it again. I try to use it in a sentence. I say, today I learned home. I say, I am home. I smile. I repeat it. I feel happy. If I made mistakes, I don't feel bad. I say, mistakes help me learn. I know that every speaker starts small, and now I am one of them. I pick up my notebook. I write one sentence. I write, I came home at 5 p.m. I write, I feel tired but proud. These are my words. This is my story. This is my English. I do not wait for big moments to practice. I use small ones. I use real ones. I use the quiet time after I come home. Because this time is mine. This time is peaceful. And peace helps me learn. I also talk to myself. I say, I had a long day. I studied hard. I talked with my friend. I ate lunch. I came home. This is like telling a story. My story. In English. That makes me feel strong. That makes me feel good. One day I could not say these things. Now I say them easily. I did not learn them in one day. I learned them little by little, with real life, with small sentences, with my own voice. Coming home is not just the end of the day. It is the start of reflection. It is the time to look back and speak, to say, this was my day, and to say it in English. So when you come home today, take 1 minute. Say, I am home. I take off my shoes. I sit on my bed. I feel tired. I feel happy. Say it softly. Say it clearly. Say it for yourself. That is your practice. That is your progress. You are not just coming home. You are coming closer to fluency, step by step, sentence by sentence. Keep going. You are doing great. Chapter 8. I watch TV or study English. The day is almost over. I come home. I change my clothes. I sit down. I rest. I take a deep breath. My body feels tired, but my mind is still working. Now I do something I enjoy. I say, I watch TV. Or I say, I study English. Sometimes I do both. I pick up the remote. I say, I turn on the TV. I look at the screen. I say, this is a movie. Or, this is a cartoon. Or, this is the news. I sit and watch. I try to listen. If it's in English, I pay attention. I say, I listen to English. That is a big step. That is good practice. I hear a new word. I say, what is that word? I check it on my phone. I write it down. I say it again. I try to remember it. I feel happy. One new word is progress. One word is a gift. Sometimes I watch videos on my phone. I say, this is a YouTube video. I search for English videos. I say, learn English. I find short videos with easy words. I listen. I repeat. I smile. Because I understand more than yesterday. I listen to how people speak. I say the sentences with them. I copy their voice. This is called shadowing. It helps me speak better. I say, this is my way of learning. I don't just watch. I learn. I grow. Some days I don't watch TV. I study English. I open my notebook. I say, I study now. I look at my words. I read my sentences. I say them out loud. I eat lunch. I go home. I watch TV. These are my words, my life, my English. I try to write one sentence about my day. Today I was happy. Or, I talked to my friend. Or, I ate a banana. I read it. I smile. I write one more. That's how I build my skills. one line at a time. I also practice speaking. I say, I speak English now. I talk to myself. I say, I feel good today. I learned a new word. I said a new sentence. I look in the mirror. I speak slowly. I hear my voice. I feel brave. Some days I don't want to study. I feel lazy. I feel tired. But I remember my goal. I want to speak English. I want to grow. I want to connect. So I say, just 1 minute, just one sentence. And I begin. And that 1 minute becomes 5. That one sentence becomes 3. I'm glad I started. I remember when I didn't understand anything. I heard English, and it was just noise. Now I hear words. I hear meaning. I feel proud. That is not magic. That is effort. That is time. That is practice. I also speak with apps. I use learning apps. They show me pictures and words. I say the word. The app listens. It tells me, good job. That makes me smile. It feels like a small teacher in my pocket. I practice anywhere, anytime. Sometimes I listen to English songs. I say, this is a song. I sing along. I don't know every word, but I try. I say, I can sing in English. That feels special. That feels powerful. Even when I rest, I learn. I say, I learn with my ears. I learn with my eyes. I learn with my heart. That is real learning. That is learning with love. At night, I write a small note. Today, I watched TV in English. I learned a new word. I practiced speaking. These notes remind me, I am not stuck. I am moving. I am becoming the person I want to be. You don't need long hours. You don't need many books. You just need small time, small focus, big heart. That's enough. You are enough. So tonight, when you watch TV or study English, speak one line out loud. Say, I understand, or I try, or I want to speak well. That is a promise to yourself. That is your daily gift. You are learning every day. You are doing something wonderful. Keep going. Keep believing. You are closer than you think. Chapter 9. I eat dinner and talk with family. It is evening now. The sky is dark. The lights are on. I hear sounds in the kitchen, plates, spoons, voices. It is time for dinner. I feel hungry again. I smile and say, I eat dinner. I go to the kitchen. I see my family. My mother is cooking. My father is sitting. My brother is laughing. I say, good evening. They say, come, sit with us. I sit down. I feel warm. I feel happy. I feel safe. I look at the food. I say, this looks good. I say, I like this, or this smells nice. I take a spoon. I take a bite. I say, it is hot, or it is tasty. These words are easy, but they make me speak. They make me feel part of the moment. We talk while we eat. My father asks, how was your day? I answer, it was good. I learned a new word, or I talked with my friend in English. My mother smiles. She says, that's nice. I feel proud. I feel loved. I feel understood. We talk about many things, about school, about work, about food. I say, today I was busy, or today was fun, or I was tired. These words are part of my story. I say them in English. I share myself. My brother talks about his day. I listen. I ask questions. I say, "Really?" Or "What happened next?" Or "That's funny." We laugh. We connect. English helps me join the moment. It helps me feel close. Sometimes I teach my family a word. I say, "This means," in English. They listen. They smile. They ask me more. I feel like a teacher. That gives me joy. If no one is talking, I still speak to myself. I say, "I eat rice. I drink water. I sit with my family." These small sentences are still practice, still power, still English. Sometimes we talk about tomorrow. I say, "Tomorrow I will study," or "I will watch a video," or "I will speak more." I make a plan. I say it out loud. I believe it more. When I started, I couldn't say anything at dinner. I just ate in silence. Now I can say small things. I can join the talk. I can ask. I can answer. That is not a small win. That is a big win. Dinner is not just about food. It is about people. It is about sharing. And when I speak English during dinner, I feel something special. I feel progress. I feel confidence. I also learn new words. If I don't know a word for something, I ask, "What is this in English?" I find out. I repeat it. This is spinach. This is soup. This is spicy. I use the word again tomorrow. That's how it becomes mine. After dinner, I help clean. I say, "I wash the plates," or "I dry the cups." I speak while I work. I say, "I like helping," or "I feel full," or "That was good." These are true words. That makes them strong. Speaking at dinner is easy because I am home, because I feel safe, because the people around me care. This is the best place to practice, the best place to grow. You don't need big grammar. You don't need long sentences. You only need to speak, even if it's just, "I like this," or "That was nice." That is enough. That is English. Dinner happens every day. That means you can practice every day. You can build your voice. You can build your confidence. One bite, one word, one sentence at a time. So tonight, when you sit to eat, say one thing in English. Say, "I eat dinner." Say, "This is tasty." Say, "I feel happy." Speak softly. Speak clearly. Speak with your heart. You are not just learning a language. You are building a new life. A life where you can speak. A life where you can share. A life where your words have power. Keep going. The table is not just a place to eat. It is a place to learn. A place to connect. A place to grow. Chapter 10. I sleep and think in English. The day is over. The sky is dark. The stars shine. The room is quiet. I feel sleepy. My body is tired. My eyes close slowly. It is time to sleep. I say softly, "I go to bed." I walk to my room. I change my clothes. I say, "I wear my nightdress," or "I put on my pajamas." I fold my clothes. I place them on a chair. I say, "I keep my clothes here." Every action is practice. Every sentence is English. I speak them softly. I speak them slowly. I sit on the bed. I look at the clock. I say, "It is 10 o'clock." I feel peaceful. I take a deep breath. I think about my day. I remember the morning. I say, "I woke up." I brushed my teeth. I ate breakfast. I remember school or work. I say, "I studied." I talked with friends. I came home. I remember dinner. I say, "I ate with my family." I spoke English. These small memories become small sentences, and these small sentences become my story. Now I lie down. I say, "I lie on my bed." I pull the blanket. I say, "I cover myself." I look up. I close my eyes. But before I sleep, I do something special. I think in English. I say in my mind, "Today was a good day." I think, I spoke English. I learned new words. I made sentences. I feel proud. I smile. This is my success. This is my journey. Some days, I speak out loud before sleep. I say, "I am strong. I am learning. I will speak English." These words go into my heart. I believe them. I feel calm. I feel ready for tomorrow. I know I am not perfect. I make mistakes. I forget words. But I keep going. I don't give up. I say, "I will try again tomorrow." This is the power of practice, not once, not twice, but every day. Sometimes I listen to English before sleep. I play a short video. I hear soft voices. I hear simple words. I say the words in my mind. This is peaceful. This is learning in silence. My ears hear. My brain learns. Even in sleep, I grow. I also imagine small stories. I think, I am walking in a park. I see a friend. I say, "Hello, how are you?" I create the story in English. I become the storyteller. This is fun. This is helpful. This makes my English stronger. Before, I used to sleep in silence. I did not speak. I did not think in English. I was scared. I felt alone. But now, I speak one line before sleep. I say, "I am learning. I am growing. And I feel safe." English is not only for class, it is for life. And life happens every day, even at night, even when I am alone. That is why I use this time. That is why I speak softly in the dark. Because I know these small sentences will become big results. One day, I will speak English without fear. One day, I will speak to anyone, anywhere. I believe that. And every night I remind myself of that. I say, "I can do it, and I will." So tonight, before you sleep, try this. Say one sentence in English. Say, "I feel tired," or "Today was good," or "I want to learn more." Say it with love. Say it with hope. It does not have to be loud, just honest, just true. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, feel proud. You did your best today. You showed up. You practiced. You spoke. That is a big success. Now rest. Sleep with peace. Sleep with English. Sleep with belief. Because you are not just learning English. You are building your voice. You are becoming the person you dreamed of. Good night. If this video helped you, please like it. Comment below. What part of the day is hardest to talk about in English? And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We share simple, emotional, and powerful English practice every week. You're not alone. We are learning together. Keep speaking, keep growing, and remember, your English is not just good, it's becoming great.